Yo, GM, hit the wrong button there. If you're a fan of Crypto Crossfire, well, that's the jam that Seven put together for that one, which, by the way, is a banger, dude. I love that, and if you watch the comment section during the intro for Crypto Crossfire, they're loving that one, bro. Like, I'm talking, people want to, they're sitting there rapping bars at front of their computer. They love that. It's a bopper, dude. GM, what is up? Happy Taco Tuesday. Absolutely. What's happening, fam? How we feeling today?
Yo, I don't know. Is Seven talking?
That was. Yeah.
I was talking for half a second. Yeah. I appreciate the compliments, and I love that people like the. I really thought about how cool it would be to make it just so good that people were like, they were just waiting for the show, but also like, God damn, this beat's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like 100%, man. And I'll tell you what, that's what people are saying. But GM,
good morning.
GM issues. What's up, fam? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. The fucking market's pumping, baby. And one of my favorite load coins is I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about it because I don't like shilling. But let's fucking go, baby.
Let's go, baby. I know everybody is super excited. Let's take a. If you guys are watching over on the live stream, just not only do we do the show on a Twitter Space for our audio files, but we also live stream it on multi-platforms. So we are on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So we are all over the place, spreading the word that is Web3 at the breakfast time. So why not all join together at the breakfast table every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. All right. Let's look at the markets really quick, because this is going to be the topic of a lot of people's conversations today, right? Pumping, excitement. Yeah, bull market. No, everybody just take it easy. Take it easy. Remember nothing's changed. We've been talking about the same shit over the last couple of weeks now. We know that the bull run's coming, but there's no way this is it. Yeah, but BlackRock's buying Bitcoin for their ETF. Yeah, they've actually.
Don't flatten my tire,
bro. I'm not going to flatten your tire. Just remember, they probably were buying that Bitcoin for the ETF starting, I don't know, maybe a year ago. So no, this isn't like all of a sudden they're doing it. They've been doing it. You don't think that they're not getting in at 34,000. And if they are, what they're doing is loading up so that they have enough buying power to tank the market so all their pals can get in at much cheaper. The world is not getting into Bitcoin at $34,000. I can promise you that. I don't know what the number is, but it's going to be in the 20s. It is certainly not 34,000. And then when I say the world, I mean the big boys and girls, the whales, the VCs, the investment funds. They are not buying all of their treasuries right now. And I see Matthew clapping. If I get claps from Matthew, I know I said something right. That makes me feel good. We can shut the show down for the day. I feel rewarded.
We're out of here. Let's go ahead and close it down.
He's bringing us back to reality, Turbo.
No. This is the thing. This is the reality of where we're at right now, right? Is that Ben hit on this, like when he was here yesterday, he was talking about just like people that haven't been around long enough to go through a cycle, right? Like depending on where, when you came in, I'm saying, thank you so much for taking that on. I didn't know.
Social media architect. I love that. That was the mind map days, I think.
Yeah, they were back in the mind map days.
My mind.
Don't be telling people about our private businesses. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, like, yeah, me and Seven have a secret business. But anyway, what I was trying to explain is this, right? Is that the people that you hang out with, right? You have a shared experiences with them, right? So if you are with a whole group of people who have never been through an entire cycle and they all came in during the same time, your experiences are going to lead you to believe things that aren't necessarily true. They were true to the cycle in which you all came in, and then you're all going to believe each other because it's called a theory of mind in psychology, right? Because we all have we're using our confirmation bias, we're all friends, we all experience these same things. And so we need more people who have been through an entire cycle, because for us old guys, I mean, I feel like I might be an old guy now. Jay, you're definitely an old guy. And I'm not just talking geezer. Actual age.
Yeah, I'm like
you're a geezer now, right?
Geriatric.
So it's like
that. You know what? That's what we should change the name of my channel to. Is welcome to Geriatric Crypto, where the old guys win the day.
Well, you know,
terrible
we just maybe
we got to rethink the tagline.
No, you can't do all that.
All of that to say is that we do need to control our emotions.
Yep.
We do need to have some enjoyment and some excitement in this time. You know, there should be a moment and opportunity for us to celebrate, because, you know, what we're experiencing and seeing right now is that these things that we've been saying and that everybody told us we were like stupid, and, you know, all of these things that we were called, and our families like, get out of my house. I mean, I was with Jay and some lady was like with her daughter, and she's like, what do you guys do? And we're like, oh, we're in crypto. She's like, get away from me right now. Get. And like grabbed her daughter. That actually happened. And I was like, what do you do? And she's like, you don't even want to know. Bro, and here we are. Like, we're about to hit some pretty good points. So that's all I wanted.
That sounded like a Karen, bro. That's crazy.
No,
you had that happen?
She was a Karen. Where was that?
Man, you have no idea the mind state of individuals, right? Like the psychology behind it, bro. I know because I did sales and marketing. You run across every walk of life, and it's like you see how people are so convinced of things, right? Like whether it's truth or whether it's fiction. You know, whether it's me or whether it's another salesman, right? Like they get so convicted, and in their mind, that's what it is. So there are people and individuals out here that are not open to change. Whatever they believe is their God and their gospel. So, you know, you just got to know how to navigate around people in situations like that. But my grandmother said something, and I believe this to a core. The man who fails to plan plans to fail, and the man without a plan will always work for a man with one, you know. So that even comes to market conditions, right? If you think about the psychology of market movers and manipulators, you can easily invest, and you get so strong in your conviction, it could be due to emotions. You don't follow your game plan, you lose, right? So what I would advise everybody, no matter what it is, when you're investing, set a strategy, have a plan, and then enjoy the experience, right? We're all here to live. We're all here to learn. Don't over leverage yourself, but strap the fuck up. Any given day now, it can happen, you know, and that's what I've been telling people that I associate myself with. I say, hey, we don't know when they're hitting this button. It's any day now, so just behave in such a manner.
Yeah. Hey, listen, and why I caution people, and why, you know, I never really I'm never going to get as excited as, you know, I was the first time, you know, the first market cycle I ever got into, because I have seen Bitcoin go up more than 10,000 in like, you know, a couple hours, and I've seen it, and I've been liquidated 5 times in a row because it dropped more than $10,000 in a couple hours, right? And so if you see it go up $2,000, woo fucking who? Like, that's really exciting. And I know we're all.
You remember when the bear market started last year? It went through support level after support level, dude, overnight. I was $10,000 candles.
Dude, I would, and see, and my whole thing is that's why I can't be a leverage trader, is because I would revenge trade every one of those liquidations, and it would just be like, certainly it's not going down again. Boom. Okay, load it up. Let's go. It's not going to happen again. Boom. Golly. All right, that's it. We're going reversal time. Boom. What? Not again. All right, load it up. Everything we got, put it in there. It's going up this time. Wah, wah, wah. That's how that went. You know what I mean? Like, you got to just know, like, it's exciting, but just take your profits when you get your profits, please. That's from me to you. Take your profits.
Please do it.
Please.
The desperation and the please. We should clip that and make that a button, because that desperation was perfect.
If I lever trade, I don't go in with more than like $1,000, bro, because I'm like that too. I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
So
you gotta know, right?
I'm just the guy that there and just keeps hitting the buttons back and forth. No, shit, just sell. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god. But look, let's get some sense.
Yeah.
Before I get to these hands.
Okay.
Matthew, help us greatly. Hello, family. Good morning.
Very proper.
GM, everybody knows.
Ruggy. Is that me or is
The regular got him.
the ruggler got you,
him.
Matt?
Oh,
Must be those
dang
hills.
it.
Now we do know that he had some very important business in the DC area yesterday. So I wonder if he's driving through the rugged terrains of where Virginia or North Carolina. We'll see. Now the ruggler strikes again. Oh man.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's heartbreaking.
We're gonna come back.
That's heartbreaking. All right, Maxine, Ms. Maxine. GM.
Hello, Max.
GM, I cannot get used to this time. Let me just tell you, I keep forgetting about it, and then when I do think about it, and I do remember, it's over. So I'm here finally.
Yay.
Yes, I'm right. No, I was just gonna say exactly like what. Thank you. I'm taking curtsy, bow, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say like the same thing with a kid. That's why I have been saying it in the bear market where you take emotion out every single time. You cannot invest, you cannot do anything with emotion, and you do your exit strategy now. So when the bull run does come, you have your exit point. So if it does go up $1,000 more, you're still content with that exit strategy that you had in the bear, and you have your off ramps like on a continuous basis. You don't have to obviously do 100% at this point. My suggestion is doing 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever the case may be, and do off ramps that way. So I mean,
yes.
Do it now. Do your calculations now. Get in the mindset that you are happy with where it is. There's no what ifs, and when it does happen, you exit. Done.
And you never worry about what someone else's strategy is because they've got.
And you never worry about what exactly. I mean, like $100 to you might be nothing, but $100 to somebody else could be a life changing money. And I mean, like you, I've seen Bitcoin. When I first got into the space, I saw Bitcoin go from like 30,000 down to 3,000 and then jump to 25,000 in a matter of weeks.
Yeah.
So
it
was insane. I was like, what?
It gets fun. It gets wild. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made. There's a lot of opportunities, but you gotta just know your strategy, like you said. And another important thing is, and this is the advice that I will give to everybody. And I know we are not there yet, but like to what Max said, you got to have your strategy. You got to be ready, right? When you take a screenshot of your portfolio to send to somebody to say, hey, cool, look what I did, sell the shit out of everything you got. Sell everything at that point, because at that point, you are excited about something. And if you're excited, you did it. So sell it all and then just wait for the markets to chill out. You could buy back in and do it again. But the moment you screenshot that portfolio to send to your mom, your lover, whatever, sell everything.
That's such a good point, actually, because I remember when the whole bull thing was happening with XRP, and like I kept watching it go up and almost at an all-time high and everything like that. And I kept thinking to myself, I should have sold then. But you keep thinking what ifs. And this is the reason why I have my strategy now. So like when it does happen again, I have my exit points. I have my exit ramps.
That's it. It's all about being prepared. Don't
Jay, I think I figured it out.
What's up?
I think I figured out why it's the bull and why it's the bear, right? Because when you're on the bull, everything's a crazy ride. You know what I'm saying? It's up and down. You're trying to hold on to this bull. But then when the bear comes, you got to play dead or this thing will kill you.
So Michael, have you ever ridden the bear?
This is hilarious that you're literally saying this out loud right now.
I'm just asking, have you ever ridden the bear? Because that ride is pretty fucking crazy too.
Yeah, no, I'm not riding a bear. I'm gonna play dead.
Haven't you seen those videos of the guys, the Russian? You've seen the Russian guys that hug their bears? Like they're not all mean.
Yeah, not all bears are mean. I never look at a downtime as it being a mean time. I actually look at it as being the most constructive time because you could actually see who's here to do what. When that
I mean, not all bulls
together,
are mean either. Just the ones that their balls are tied in order for you to like, you know,
8
go.
seconds.
But like,
8
I mean,
seconds.
I'm pretty sure 8 seconds. Yeah, exactly. I mean, is that your record, Jay?
Oh,
Jay,
7.5. All right, 7.5. Maxine, jeez.
I'm sorry, Whitney.
Round up.
Well, you know, Jay
I do like to round up. I round up. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, if you're over the half, and Jay was a cowboy. I mean, he still is. Like, you don't just stop being a cowboy just because you don't wear the spurs.
I have a horseshoe tattoo to prove it, and I do have the spurs, baby.
Bro, he's from fucking Illinois, bro. If you're from Illinois, if you know anything about Illinois,
I'm just saying, Jay looks like.
I'm just kidding, Jay. I know you're a 9-second man easily. Don't worry about it.
9.2. Come on, we round up.
9.2.
You got to round that down. You have to round that down.
No,
Jesus, rounding up.
We round everything
and
up around
speaking
here.
of 5, Jay,
Yo,
look at the doggone time.
I'm sure Whitney would. I'm sure Whitney would say that.
We are out the chop shop. We're gonna chop it right there. You know what I'm saying? We have hit our time, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. This is Web3 Breakfast. We do this every Monday through Friday. Not talk about bulls and their testicles, but we do come together to talk about crypto news. We spend our first 15 minutes where we chop it up with the community. It's everyone's opportunity to get that stuff off your chest. At the halfway point, we will be working out. So grab your dumbbells, your yoga mats, whatever that thing is that you're going to be able to do, because it's all about healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy portfolios. Today, speaking of them healthy portfolios, I did
not bring the dumbbells today. I had to because I was limited on my hands and I was only going to take one trip. So I decided to bring my money tree instead of the dumbbells today. So if you're watching on the live stream, everybody wish the money tree good luck, do its thing. We're looking for some money.
Good luck, money tree. Good luck. Because that's what we're talking about today. The pumping markets, Jay. The pumping markets, man. I want to talk. Man, I want to see that NFT go. Our sediment over there.
Oh because, yeah, here we go. Let's look at that, because there's some really good information on here, right? Obviously,
I've been wanting.
Go ahead. You go.
I just want to say this last thing is that because I've had this sense that I want to buy NFTs, and I pulled my first trigger, and I am up. And so someone else told me the same thing. So I'm excited to see what's going on. Let's check it out, man. What's going on over there?
Absolutely. So obviously, if you guys are watching the stream, remember, you can check out the live stream. You can go to web3breakfast.com. You can go to jchains.live. And you can also, click on the Twitter link. You can also find it LinkedIn and on Facebook as well. But if you are watching, we are looking at the NFTgo.io market overview. The dashboard here is looking a little bit better, right? We got the 23 for the barometer sentiment, which we saw that thing way down single digits a few weeks ago. So it's good to see that climbing back up. The one thing that concerns me has not changed, and that's our 30-day profit and loss metric. We're still huge imbalance of people in the loss. Now the traders, we are starting to see, more buyers than sellers, which is a phenomenal thing. But that's still stuck around 50%. But the 30-day profit and loss, man, that's the thing that once we see that metric go over, we're going to use the 10% as the rule, right? So with like 459,000 people in the loss, we got 38,000 in the profit. So once we see that, that ratio come closer to 10%, then I think we're going to be, cooking with peanut oil, because that's the highest we ever saw. It was like 10.1%. Now, one thing I do like, and I think that we can all agree that maybe this is what you just said, Turbo. If you look at the NFT volume over the last 24 hours, it's up 41%, almost 42% in volume in the NFT markets to 7.77 thousand Ethereum. So that means people are taking probably some profits off the table and getting into those NFTs that maybe they were holding out for the last few months to try to get into.
Yeah, the thing that again, I'm confused here. This is what look at the blue chip index, dropping down, but the barometer, moving up again. We're seeing that. That's I don't know what makes it do that, but it's just odd, man. Definitely. I think that there's still some collections. I know we were talking about that last night. I think there's some collections that still sit out there. Bull comes back. People are excited again. People are start pulling out their wallets again. Art Basel coming up in December. You know what I'm saying? I think that we're going to see there's opportunity in projects, for people that are looking for those opportunities, find out what's going on inside of those communities. If it comes down like the Pigeons of New York. Mm-hmm. Did you see they're doing the yacht party, right? Did you see that, Jay?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So you had to pick up this one NFT and it was like about $150, you know, get you access. So somebody scooped them all up and they ran the floor now with 7 ETH.
Oh, dang. Shout out to the pigeons, man. We got a chance.
Nobody's buying them. So nobody's paying 7 ETH
for a pigeon
right now.
No.
So
7 ETH, you can get your own yacht. You can rent your own yacht for 7 ETH.
yeah, you can.
Really quick. I do want to before we go farther on the show, I do want to just make something really. I got something that I posted up into the nest, and this is an urgent request. We've got a community member here with a missing family member in Hawaii. So I have posted it up into the nest, guys. If you could just take a look at that post, and if there's anything anybody can do, I don't particularly know anybody in Hawaii at the particular moment, but that doesn't mean that you don't. And so if we could all just take a moment, look up at the nest, check that post out, and if you have a network of people in Hawaii, please, see what we can do.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm from Hawaii, so thanks a lot, brother. Jay James, I just have a question for you. Because I've been following you, very knowledgeable, and I'm getting it back into this crypto world. So after a year, 2 years ago with COVID, it really deterred me. I lost a lot. I know you're not a financial advisor. However, any kind of input or let's just keep it in the gray area and just say out with your own opinion and your thoughts or your suggestion or your ideas without labeling it a financial advice. I'm kind of stuck today. I noticed the last 2 days, I couldn't even sleep last night. It was just really wild and crazy. The bulls were just charging in hard. I saw a lot of damn gains. With that being said, though, one of the things that I'm having an issue with right now is I currently owe 382 Coinbase, and today's return brought me back around 7.56%, which is about 2,000. Total return, I'm bringing in about a total of 5,000, which is about 18.87%. The question that I have for you, and it's not financial advice, I'm asking for some kind of feedback or thoughts or suggestion or idea. I know Coinbase right now, our top high was at about 500. And right now we're pushing around 83 because of the rise of Bitcoin. Actually, a lot of the cryptocurrencies are rising. With that being said, would you hold on to Coinbase or take out and jump on board with BTC and ride that wave? I have BTC. I'm sitting on 4 BTC. However, now looking at the Coinbase, and my Coinbase is it's doing what it's doing, but it's a very slow ride. I guess my question to you would be, since the bull market is in, should I just pull out what I have in the Coinbase and just ride with the BTC wave, and then at that time sell, come back, rebuy back in, pull out my profits? I'm really stuck at this point now, and I just don't want to make the same problem that I did 2 years ago or 3 years ago with the COVID, and I lost a lot. So now I'm just getting back on board now, and Coinbase is something I've never invested, and this was my first year, and they're doing really well. It's just, I don't know if I should just pull out and say, you know what, Coinbase, just set aside, let me just jump on to BTC and let me ride this wave, and now pick you guys back later.
I love the question. I'm gonna I see Matthew's got his hand up. I will defer this to him because I know that he's gonna deliver something that's far better than I would be able to tell you, because obviously diversification is probably the easiest thing to say that you would want to do, and if you're trying to hang on to some stocks or switch it over to Bitcoin, I think Matthew, why don't you just take it away, please?
I am really hoping now that you might be able to hear me.
Perfectly.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for the question. Just for reference, I am a licensed investment advisor, so you didn't ask for one, but you're going to get one anyways. So what I'm about to say is not financial advice because you're not paying me, so nobody's actually giving financial advice. But congratulations on the position. From what it sounds like, it looks like you've got a really solid bag of BTC. If you aren't exposed to something like Coinbase, a traditional public equity in this space, my recommendation would be to kind of just take some off the table, leave it in cash. They have earnings on the 6th, which will be an important thing to look out for. But I would definitely leave some in Coinbase. That's a great exposure to a public equity. They're trading under $100. They like you said, they were at a top $400 or $500, $450 or something at the early stage of their post IPO in the bull market. I definitely think they're undervalued. They're just expanding into Europe right now, getting their licenses for other kinds of regulation and regulatory stuff in Europe as well. So I love the Coinbase position. I have it myself. I don't own enough of it. So, it sounds like you've got good exposure to BTC. So I would maybe take a little bit off, hold it in cash. And that's what we should do, right? We're talking about taking profits. Take a little bit of that, lower your transactions, right? You don't need to go back and forth and in and out of security. It's just hold for a bit and see where it goes.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for that advice. I definitely needed that, and I see where you're getting at with that. You gained a follower, so
yeah, please, guys. I've been saying this, and we're really excited to bring back the This Is Financial Advice show very soon here. But if you are not following Matthew, make sure that you do. He is doing so many good things for this space, and to have an ally in our community like him is one of the most valuable things. I think, because where else can you go where someone's going to say, I actually can, in theory, give you this advice, where a lot of us bozos up here are just bullshitting with you,
sharing our opinions.
Yeah, sharing. It's not financial advice, but it's friendly opinion, right? Like, that's all that I can give. But we are so blessed to have Matthew in the community here. That's for sure, man. So
and I know I'm never going to give an opinion, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not going to do myself. You know what I'm saying? That's the same way I was in the military, never asked my soldiers to dig a hole I wasn't willing to dig myself. And so, but I did actually, Matthew, I actually had a question, and this might be kind of simple, but I've never kind of thought of it this way. Let's say you take some profits today, Bitcoin, let's call it 35,000 just for easy math, right? You tether off 35,000, you pull that out and you set it off to the side. From there, it doesn't drop. It just takes a run. This becomes the new low. You can still dollar cost average up, right? Like, if I buy back in with the money that I had out, let's say it goes from 35 to 40, right? I can just put the 5,000 in and I can fix my dollar cost average that way. Is that correct?
Exactly. And that's a great way to think about it. I love the idea of taking money off the table and seeing where the market's going to go with it. One thing I think that I've been thinking in the car, on the way here, has been at $35,000, that's 2x from an all-time high, which, if you think about, okay, if I put $10 in Bitcoin and it goes to an all-time high, that's $20. That's not a whole, all things considered in the crypto space, a 2x is not a substantial amount. So the thing you're talking about from a dollar cost average perspective is really good, because it's going to be marginally better, but you're not going to miss out on some like 5x, 10x, 100x gain. So just take what you can, a little bit off the table, and then trickle back in as you need to.
Boom. Stack those chips, baby. Just like a casino. This is literally just a casino. It's just a more fun version where, instead of having dealers everywhere, we're building communities. And the blackjack table here in the morning is a little more fun than the blackjack table when you're a couple whiskeys in and you're getting beat up by the new dealer after they give you the new dealer time. Nobody likes that when you're winning and then the new dealer comes. No thanks. Zach, GM.
Good morning, guys. So I'm just going to jump in real quick. I had to get out of the car pretty soon. But going along with that, what we were talking about earlier, I'm glad that Matthew jumped into, because I feel like he said it way better than I could have. But from what I had heard, I thought Coinbase was the custodian for BlackRock's ETF. So if that's the case, that may be positive news for Coinbase. So going along, I agree 100% with what Matthew said. And it's very possible that Coinbase stock may be going up if that news comes out that they are the custodian for the ETF, because we saw what the news for the ETF did yesterday to Bitcoin. So if it comes out saying, that Coinbase is the custodian to hold the Bitcoin for the ETF, that could be positive news to pull Coinbase up as well. So I agree. I think it may be a good idea to take some off the table, some profit off the table, because in the event that the opposite happens of what Turbo said, say it goes back down to 28, 29, and you didn't take profits, then you might be regretting it. And for me, I sold my small trade position the other day at 30,000, and now it's running clear up. But I took profits, and I was happy with it. And so even though everything's going crazy right now, I'm still happy that I took profits, because it could have gone the other way. It could have gone back down to 28, and then I would have been pissed. So just wanted to jump in and add that.
Yeah, and I had one thing too, Matthew, on that. Like, even with that news, there's not enough volatility in Coinbase at this time to really look at put options, right?
So it's interesting you say that, because they definitely are. They're going to be like a Cathie Wood love. Like, they're just like Tesla in that sense. Their volatility is going to go through the roof if something like that happens, especially because they trade so low. Their volatility, like the more expensive the stock becomes, typically the more volatility will earn you money from an options perspective. So I have, like, for example, I use that covered call strategy, owning 100 shares of Coinbase and selling covered call options for a couple $100 a week. But now the volatility is really in my favor, and I can sell a lot farther out and not have as much risk as before. So I like the volatility coming back to it. It's certainly going to be there for a little bit.
There we go. Now, Bitcoin, if you're still there, I'm not sure if you're still there, Bitcoin Monster.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here listening.
Is that something that you're familiar with? What Matthew's talking about right now?
No, I was grandfathered in.
Okay.
Long story short is the way I was grandfathered in was work really hard, save money. I inherit some money, and I basically, one of the guys I first listened to was Warren Buffett say, buy what you want. You're part of the company. Sit on it. Walk like a tortoise. And what people fear and they sell, you buy low and you keep holding. So that's what I've been doing with Bitcoin as well as other cryptocurrency. I don't know how to do any of the selling in the stock market, like what Matthew was just talking about, and the other gentleman about putting in puts or options, cover calls. I don't know any of that stuff. I would love to learn that and take that next step. So it'll be kind of great to hear Matthew or someone else giving a class or have some kind of Patreon group where we, contribute and we all come together and you can be able to teach this to individual like myself, because like I said, I'm just very old school. I'm like Warren, but I want to sit on my golden eggs for the next 20, 30, 40 years and just keep buying on lows. That's all I know.
Well, I will tell you that.
Can Matthew, can he be like a paid group leader? Is that something you could do?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So I've actually thought about that as being like, if a community wanted to pay an advisory fee to an advisor to be part of the community or give talks or actually give advice to a community, that could happen technically.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely have to talk about that, because the two things I would tell you, Bitcoin Monster, because we got to get ready to get to our workout. One is that Matthew has a book, Warren Buffett in a Web3 World. Definitely check that out on Amazon. We'll send you a link for that so you can pick that up.
Here's what
it's a great read.
That's what it looks like.
Right back there.
Right back there.
Boom. And the second thing is that with your initial question that you originally posed to us, if you have over 100 shares, if you have groups of 100, then that would definitely be something to think about in re-strategizing. So just like as we have to wrap this up and get to our workout, moving forward, that's definitely something that you might want to consider as well. And Jay, I love the pit vipers. Like is this meta chains in real life? Are we seeing meta chains in real doggone life right now?
I think, dude, my robot doesn't work. That's bullshit.
Your robot doesn't work.
Damn it.
What happened to Coach? Come on, Coach. He's gone.
I even told him to come up here. Anyway, Coach couldn't make the announcement today, so we got to.
Here he is. Hang on. Come on, Coach.
Come on, Coach. Come on, Coach.
Fucking shit. Sorry. All right.
There he is.
Damn.
Workout.
I didn't want to come. I didn't want to speak today, but you requested it and had to come by.
Well, we appreciate you.
Wait, who's Coach?
Coach Corey.
I'm Coach.
Coach Corey.
Who?
Yeah, Coach Corey blows the whistle, and that starts our workout every day. See, Maxine, like when you don't show up to breakfast, you forget, or you just don't know what happens anymore. And so, now that you're here, you will realize that Coach calls for the workout every day. And
Corey, why didn't you tell me you were a coach?
he didn't want to speak today. He said so.
I wanted to show you.
Oh, he doesn't have to speak. You can. Oh, you want? Okay. All right. Show me then.
So for my workout today, this is that time, guys. Everybody get up out of your seat. I'm going to be doing some squat and jumps. Jay, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try not to laugh too hard is what I'm going to do. I don't know, man. I'm going to do push-ups. I feel like, today might be a mental health day for me. I don't know. Squats, fine. I'll do squats, and I'll try not to do them right in front of the camera. Squats. Here it is, guys. Remember, you got to have healthy minds, healthy bodies, healthy portfolios. So get on up, get that blood pumping, and pay attention to the song because there's some rules. Retweet the space, that kind of stuff.
Golly. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 Breakfast, Jay Chains is the host. Good morning. What's up, Jay Chains? Turbo made it co-hosting. Yeah, they do their thing. If you savvy Web3 GM, grab a plate and a seat. Let's begin. If you got something to say, come and grab a mic. We got one rule, no douchebag. Alright. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Monday through Friday, we got the Soros.
9 a.m.
Eastern Spaces with the purpose. All about the community focus, they deserve it. Come and speak your mind with no regrets, but you serve us. Pizza on Friday, working off midway. Get the blood pumping, Web3 music is thumping. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast.
Okay.
Web3 Breakfast, Jay Chains is the host with the most. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends.
I could hear my knees like creaking and screeching, and I'll tell you what, if I don't need a double knee replacement by the time I'm an old geezer, I don't know. I'll tell you what, these things were.
Bro, we're getting Robo Legs.
I would love.
We're getting Robo Legs.
I would.
Seven already called it.
Would you do Robo Legs? I would. I would definitely do Robo Legs.
I want the whole exoskeleton. Have you seen that?
No.
You have not seen the exoskeleton?
No.
They already have it.
No. You don't need to go
They be picking up crazy heavy shit. Like it's a whole exoskeleton on their back, and they walk around.
But does it have to sound like it's got like a?
Yeah.
Nope.
Hydraulics and stuff.
No hydros. No hydros. Now I know Islam Marauder, we had your hand up before the break. I'm so sorry. Let's get to you now. What's up, fam?
Oh, it's all good, dude. I love those workouts. They get the blood pumping, Last thing we need is turbo in an exosuit. That's the last thing we need. I'm just gonna say. Before I address, I was going to address what Bitcoin was talking about and Matthew about just like getting into options and whatnot, just because I've traded stocks for a long time. And I will say Bitcoin, like options are definitely like a really good, like a good hedge if you're looking to hedge your like positions and whatnot. So for instance, if you don't want to lose opportunity in Coinbase, like if you want to just hold your Coinbase, but you still want to profit on any kind of downside, you could always just buy puts or sell calls, and that would give you like basically upside potential on a downward move, but you wouldn't have to give up the opportunity that wouldn't happen. So you could profit, like you could have your cake and eat it too, essentially. Like that's how Warren Buffett makes his money. He holds a bunch of stocks and then he sells calls on all the stocks. Like he just sells calls, and then that selling calls effectively allows him to take profit without getting rid of his position. So I'd recommend learning options, definitely. And it looks like Coinbase is up 11%. So definitely do with that what you will. Coinbase is rallying hard this morning.
So let me ask you a question, because like the 11% in the stock market is massive. It's like I don't know, like people like my mom, she gave herself some exposure, through the Coinbase stock. Now, is today a good day to try to sell some stuff, or do you think this is going to keep climbing? Like, what do you do in the stock market when like there's extreme volatility in a positive way?
I mean, when there's extreme volatility, like on the upside, and you're hitting like a resistance level like we are now, that's hitting like the $86 resistance zone, I would definitely take a little bit of profit. But well, I look like long term. I'm usually a huge long term investor, so like I'll look at like a huge time horizon and say, okay, well, like realistically, where is this going to go in 5 years? You know. Yeah. So like I might take profit now, but like I'm not going to sell my whole position. I would just take a little bit on the side. You know, wait for another downward hit, buy some more on the downside, and then just keep hodling long term like I've been doing for like, you know, for everything. Just keep DCAing.
Where did it launched high, right? Didn't it launch in like the $200 range or some crazy number?
Oh yeah, dude, it's so low from its initial. Let me just look. I got a chart here.
400 plus was its IPO.
Okay. So
yes, 400 plus with its IPO.
So do you think like you know, for maybe people who got in at the IPO who are obviously, you know, a little underwater on that, do we think that in the next, you know, and you know, 5 years, right? We'll use that as the timeline. Do you think that that is going to like totally eclipse that $400 and be way higher, especially with ETFs, or is that unrealistic? Like that was a one and done kind of thing?
Too much. There's too much volatility with the SEC and everything going on with the regulations right now to really kind of be able to get like a fair call at, you know, if Coinbase, because honestly, if Coinbase, you know, if everything goes well and they pass and they're running these ETFs, and that thing will moon. But if we don't see, you know, that stability, it's gonna be hard to call.
I feel like, I mean, I heard someone talk about the investing landscape changing dramatically just because of all the newcomers showing up, like, you know, our generation and the younger people showing up, and just kind of like their lifestyle and viewpoint. And also the fact that people just can't afford anything. So like, if you want to invest in safe assets as a young person, like you're not going to go anywhere. Like, so they're not going to do it. That's why they buy NFTs. That's why they invest in riskier tech stocks. And so I feel like tech stocks are just going to be the norm. And so seeing Coinbase go back up to its $400 range isn't out of the question at all, especially when you look at macroeconomics, especially when you look at where the dollar might be in 5 years. Like the value of the dollar decreasing just increases the value of all the stocks and equities and, you know, and crypto too. Like that's why I'm so bullish on things like Bitcoin, because it's like, oh yeah, like the dollar's not going to get you anywhere. So of course, like a $400 valuation then in 5 years is totally possible.
Okay. With a much more mature ecosystem too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which we're getting there, baby. That's exciting.
I'm excited. You know what I'm excited about, Jay? I'm excited that we're having more conversations about traditional finance and real estate, and that's becoming like a focus in our world. I think that shows maturity across the board for our space and the people who are here. I mean, you know, there are a lot of people that I've come across in this space who are brand new, who have zero financial literacy. I'm gonna be completely honest. I came into this space like I had none. You know what I'm saying? My financial literacy is still pretty crappy, but that's just because I got bad habits, and you know what I mean. Like I'm a, you know, do as I say, not as I do kind of person. But I'm gonna get better. You know, I got good friends like Matthew, right? But this just all goes to show how we are maturing forward, how we're gonna do business forward. I think the more that we work together. And keep in mind that like what we talked about in the beginning, right? About the people that we're constantly around. We have to move around in these different ecosystems. If you want to be a blockchain maxi, if you want to be like a part of the ecosystem, you got to go to all of these different spaces and get involved in their ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? And bring the good stuff from our space and take it to their space, and take the good things from their space and bring it back, and find a way for us to get together. I know we're talking about, you know, a pretty big week next week, possibly. You know, with a project, and I think that'll be, you know, I think that's going to be pretty dope, you know, to get back into that for sure.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. You know, it's that time, right? And when, you know, when we start thinking about how, you know, we can collaborate with, you know, I don't know. We talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago, you know, not trying to worry about interoperability, but, you know, the cross pollination, right? So that we can start to, you know, build not the bridges, because we're not building bridges, but what we're doing is just including people in our conversation. Is just that, right? Is including people in our conversation, talking to people that are in Cardano, talking to people that are in HBAR, talking to people that are in Algorand, and you know, all these different ecosystems, because things are different, right? And I think that there are good things to be taken from everything. And obviously, you know, there's a lot of toxicity that you wish that, you know, goes away, and it will go away. The more that the market, you know, swings in a positive way, the more of this, you know, shitty sentiment that, you know, some of these communities have will go away, or they die off. Which, listen, you know, that's really one of the main goals of a lot of these bear markets, excuse me. And that's, you know, I think that's the applicable use of bear market, because we like to talk about the build market because it's opportunities, right? Like there's so many opportunities for us to build to, and, you know, to use those 4 currencies, you know, the knowledge, the time, the relationships, and all that stuff. But there are times where it's a bear market, and it's the point that we need to shake out the scammers and the projects that have no business being here, the money grabs, all that stuff. And, you know, there are points to some of that stuff, but at some point, man, all that shit reverses and everybody's happy again, and money pops everywhere, and yay, get there.
Yay. I thought we were gonna play the Pump It Up song today.
Oh, we can do that.
We got to get.
See, the problem is, like, you know, I don't know what the issue and why. It's when I use my iMac. I mean, we'll play it, but only the people in the space can hear it, because, I mean, that's, maybe we'll go out on that music today. I think that's probably what we'll do.
I think, you know, but I think it brings it back. And here's the deal too, right? Like, we're creating our traditions, right? We're creating the history right now. You know what I mean? If you are listening to this today, currently live, whether you're in the space or you're on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, whatever, like, you have an opportunity to write the future forward. Like, you know, like that Pump It Up song, man, like, bro, that will forever be, you know, like crypto culture rap, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're getting to say what that is, right? Get involved. If there's something that you love, get involved and do it, so that we can continue to grow this thing into something crazy, man. Like, I don't know if you heard or not, but AI spoke with Charles Hoskins, and he told him he's going to come to Detroit and do an event here in the city.
Oh yeah, didn't he got to talk to your granny too? Didn't he, love? Oh,
my granny. Last time he spoke to granny. This time he spoke to my auntie. She was celebrating her 60th birthday.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, but you know, I'm always on an onboarding effort, right? And it's like there's just a lack of understanding of just, it's not just blockchain, but just computer sciences in general, finances in general, right? And unfortunately, the day-to-day cost of living for most people consumes their time. You know, so people don't even have time to really invest, or don't know how to delegate time to invest into themselves and into this emerging technologies and its capabilities, and how I can actually provide them different forms of freedom. You know, we were talking about the impact of like $100 on something. You know, so $100 to us isn't much, but if you talk about the East, you know, the East Asian markets, man, $100 is everything. You talk about African markets, man, $100 is everything. So, you know, being able to leverage that here in America and build different forms of lending, different bridges of lending to people in different nations, man, that's what blockchain technology and real fi is all about.
Borders. Love that.
Yeah, that is that's it, man. You know, like, and I hope we see, man, because like we were talking about this last night too, Jay. And I think this is something kind of that is important. You know, like we're seeing projects starting to hit some of their things off their roadmap. You know, we're starting to see these play to earn games coming back to life. You know, bro, you go back and you look at some of these games, dog. Some of these floors were like 3 ETH, 5 ETH, 10 ETH. You know what I'm saying? They came all the way down. You know, sitting around like half an ETH, 0.3, some of them even less than 0.1. And now those games are coming back to life. There's opportunities in those, one, to get involved and to play and test out the markets for the play to earn and to see that ecosystem come to life. But even if you're not a gamer, you know, holding those assets, like those are the game pieces, right? Like if you hold all the game pieces, then people have to come to you to play the game. And I think that that's you know, something that is going to be different in this bull market than in any other bull market that we've seen before, is the emergence of other projects from the past that are going to come and are going to be making big moves and doing different things too.
Heck yeah, man. Speaking of big moves, I just I just got added into a WhatsApp group. I'm going to be doing a space with Mario and Goody and those folks today. And it's going to be about, you know, play to earn gaming, which is going to be really interesting. And so I will, as soon as I get the link for that show, I'll make sure that we tweet that out. So, you know, if anybody wants to pop in for that, that will be, I think it's at noon Eastern today. Goody was just texting me just a few minutes ago. So I'm in the. I'll know more in a little bit here. But yeah, definitely check that out.
What side are you taking?
What's that?
What side are you taking? What side are you taking?
About
play to
Web3
earn
gaming?
games.
About like play to earn gaming? Oh man, I'll tell you what, the mechanics of play to earn gaming they need so much work. Now, we have started to see, a few games that, let's take Undead Blocks, for example. When I had talked to Grant a while back, like what they were doing to fund the game, because typically the dinosaur tale is very, very common. I mean, every play to earn game that we've ever seen, dinosaur tales out. And when I say that, is that it requires new users in order to fund the existing players, right? And once those new users start to slow down, those funds, they go away. And so like your rewards, and we call that sandwich money, right? Like what AI and you were talking about a second ago, when you play a play to earn game, typically you're going to make like $1 or $3 a day or whatever, and that's not a big deal to to some people, right? But in other parts of the world, like I was saying, like there are people who making that $3-4 a day, and that is changing lives, right? And so with all that being said, because it is such a big opportunity for so many people, the mechanics have to change. And so like what I was saying with Undead Blocks, when I was talking with Grant, this was last year about this, but what they would do is there's other ways that they fund it, but the main beginning way is that it would be through advertising. So in the game, as you walk around, like this abandoned mall, the apocalyptics, whatever, the posters that are on the wall, that's advertising, right? And so it's subliminal, it's an easy touch point, but it is there, it's a product placement. And so they're able to take in money for the platform, for the game that way, versus relying 100% on players. Now with the NFTs and skins, guns, all that kind of shit, obviously that creates revenue so that they can fund certain things. But to me, the play to earn mechanics is something that has to be worked on in order for that even to survive, because we get monetization and tokenization and all that, but and the incentivization with giving people some money back, you just have to have, again, the mechanic has to be really thought out so that there is longevity built in, so that it doesn't just tailspin out within a few months when maybe some interest goes down or whatever.
Well, I definitely think I think one of the issues when we talk about play to earn gaming ecosystem is that we're constantly talking about like we look at Axie Infinity as kind of like that gold standard, right? And all of these people playing it was right. And so because that was the model, right? I had all these kids playing it from all around the world. There was no real focus, and it wasn't even like an American game even at that, but there wasn't like a real focus like in the American culture for people to play it. There was not that drive, right? We got to look at the games like Fortnite, right? Like where it was a free game to download and play. They made billions off their skins and all that stuff. Everybody wants to play it, right? With play to earn game, when I hear that, what that says to me is that my kids are going to be incentivized for the time that they've spent on this platform, right? To where right now it's just me putting all my money in, right? And now like my kids will at least have something that they can pull back out, whether it's something that they've earned, they've won, whatever, even if it's a few bucks. I can't worry about what that monetary amount is. It's that it's something for the time that they're actually putting. But I know Marauder has his hand up as well. I'm going to jump down there. We have a few minutes left here. Marauder, what's up, family?
Yo, yeah, I had a completely off-topic question for Matthew, but I'll address the play to earn stuff first. I completely agree. I mean, the past play to earn models clearly never worked. You have games like Undead Blocks that are fixing stuff like that, and Gods Unchained I think really did a huge 180, and they're doing really good right now with their tokenomics. So hopefully there's a place for play to earn games. We'll see. Just time will tell. My question for Matthew though was I'm just out of curiosity, man. I already have my SIE. I already passed the SIE like a year ago, 2 years ago. And I was just curious as to what series license you got to be an IRA. I think it is, right? An investment advisor, like individual representative or something.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. So I have a Series 65, which makes me a registered investment advisor representative. And Block 3 Strategy Group is a registered investment advisor.
So you're saying you'll sponsor me?
Oh no, the ruggler.
Sponsor for
no, Matthew, you're rugging.
But
try now.
now.
Yeah, you're back now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, if you get a Series 65, we'll definitely bring you on as an RIA because it costs like $80 and
Damn it.
Okay,
Man,
no,
we can't
you're
do
rugging
it.
again. I thought I needed to be sponsored to get the Series 65. If I'm not mistaken, can I just take that individually? Oh man, he's gone. Oh no.
We'll definitely. Hey, we will.
Just DM him.
Matthew, DM me, Matthew.
Yeah, we'll get those answers solved for you, man. Love to see love to see that, man. Keep pushing forward. Let's get some issue. We'll go issues, Walt, and then Turbo.
I gotta say, bro, if like a badass game comes out like that, Turbo, like where it's like Fortnite, I'm deleting Fortnite off of every single machine in my house, right? Because my kids play Fortnite right now, and it'll be deleted if they come out because they love fucking Fortnite, right? That shit's like crack. All right, so
this is something that was brought to my attention yesterday. I had found, and I do want to reach out to the to the company to learn a little bit more from them. Not just the stuff that I see online, but there's a Twitter account that started and a project that is like literally days old, called oh golly,
Bitcraft.
Thank you, Bitcraft. Bitcraft, and it is a play to earn ecosystem for Minecraft, where depending on how much time you spend and what you do, you can earn Ethereum. So check that out, and if anybody knows anything about that project, get them in touch with me so that we can bring them on here. And because this is like a new opportunity, and I think if it is like for real, if this is like a for real deal where people can earn some Ethereum with Minecraft, I know a lot of people would be interested in that. So love to learn more about that. But it's literally something that I just found out about yesterday, and so y'all do your research, and hopefully we'll get them on the show.
Yeah, I did find the emails for that, Jay. I did reach out to them. Issues, scroll down my my Twitter timeline. PUBG is releasing a game, an NFT
oh,
game.
I've seen that. No, I've seen that. No, I've seen that already. Yeah, I got a message from Bourbon. That's actually pretty cool. What was it called? Warzone or something. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm actually kind of excited for that one.
Hey, love that. Walt Disney.
Good morning, fellas. I know when you guys saw me in New York, we were at the Samurai Saga event. I don't know if you guys ever really did your digging into that game, but it's a play to earn. But the founder Gian really took it like a lot further, because he understood the value of, if you're going to have a cryptocurrency tied to the game, and everybody just cashes out and all that stuff, what happens to that? You have to have liquid. You have to have a revolving door of income into that ecosystem. So that's where he started. He's got book deals, TV deals, music, merchandise, food, drinks, a restaurant in New York. Like, there's all those things that you need to sustain it. And then it's like, now that the game's just about ready, Q1 release, you're going to start seeing more of these games coming out that are just robust and actually look good. They don't look like, some 2D side scroller. We got real AAA title video games coming out, and I think they're going to realistically be highly addictive, especially if people have the idea of making money off of it, and it's PvP. I think it's going to be a massive hit.
Let's go.
I just want to say, yeah, mobile gaming is definitely the way forward. I've removed it away from console systems. We got AR coming, 3D digital goggles, glass, whatever they got. Semiconductors, superconductors that balance off the heat from the metals. So we're about to see this world change rapidly in front of us. I'm like I said, I'm pushing towards mobile more than anything, so I'm really bullish on projects that that's their focal point. It's easier to generate revenue and keep your overhead budgets relatively low. So when it comes to NFTs, being able to scale against the giants, I just don't really think is a really feasible plan. I do applaud the efforts of those that attempt to tackle it. I think that was like last season's meta, just because of COVID and other bunch of factors that contribute to people staying at home and needing that social aspect. But mobile games, I feel with NFTs are like the future, and it's the easiest to get a valuation on. So shout out to all the projects that are out there working on mobile gaming with NFT uses. And then I would say for mobile games, stay away from offering tokens or swappable assets right now. If you are building and developing, just doesn't make sense. Focus on the user count and getting and using your communities to increase the user base, and you should be good.
I love that. Love to hear that. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. This was a great episode. Remember, the markets are pumping. Don't forget to take some profits where you get them. And I tell you what, tomorrow is another day. But for now, got to enjoy it. So have a great day today. Make yourself better than you were yesterday. Do that again tomorrow and the next day, baby. And we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern for the Web3 Breakfast.